Binge the full week of The Ray Taylor Show ad-free over at inspireddisorder.com/plus.
This is The Ray Taylor Show.
Rayz Dayz, episode 119 of the show where I recap my week. This week started off, I guess I could say it started off Sunday. As I record these, it is a Sunday, but then comes out about a week later. But last Sunday, as I was producing the show, I ran into a little bit of a problem, which is something that I have not run into using Squarespace, the website company that I host my website, inspireddisorder.com, through. It's also the website that I host all of the podcasts that I do, which is something that it's insane more podcasters aren't aware of. The capability of Squarespace to host podcasts, but I host, 6 podcast feeds, 7 podcast feeds, actually. There's the main Ray Taylor Show feed, where you get all of the episodes in one feed if you like all of my shows and want to get a new episode every single day. I also have the Inspired Disorder Plus podcast feed, so if you want to binge the full week of shows without any ads, there is that podcast feed when you sign up for Inspired Disorder Plus. Then each of the different shows has a separate feed, so if you just want to subscribe to Rayz Dayz, you can do that. If you want to just subscribe to Swipe Up, or you just want to subscribe to my movie/TV reviews, which come out 3 times a week, you can do that. Same with Top 5. Same with whatever show I'm doing episode-by-episode recaps of. So if you want to subscribe to the Ted Lasso episode-by-episode recap podcast, you can do that, or Severance, or Dave, or Squid Game. So it's allowed me to do a lot of things, especially with podcasts. Also, I can sell my artwork through there. It's a full website, so I can do all kinds of stuff. Right? It replaces a podcast host. It replaces a Patreon page. It replaces an Etsy store. It is all of those. It replaces a link tree. It replaces all of those things into one site that I control. I'm not going to get banned off of a site. Not that I do anything that's so risque that would get me banned off of YouTube. Well, maybe YouTube. Or Patreon or whatever. I don't have to worry about the quote-unquote cancel culture that I don't really believe exists. But I had an issue with Squarespace, which is very rare, very few and far between that there's ever any issues, and I contacted their tech support, and they got back to me right away. And I was having an issue uploading my audio, which is a big deal. I have 7 episodes that need to get uploaded to 2 different aspects of my website, and most of them were not uploading at all. Like, I could get an upload to be successful like 1 out of every 10 to 20 tries. Most of them would just stall out 20 to 50% in, and it was getting I was having all kinds of different catastrophe type ideas of why that was happening. I was like, oh, maybe they got rid of the podcast feature, or maybe they don't like the fact that I host multiple podcast feeds through one website. There's all of the different ideas and potential problems that could have been the cause were floating through my head, and I was pretty stressed out. Thankfully, by mid-morning the next day on Monday, I was able to Tuesday, actually. All of Monday wasn't able. Thankfully, I was able to upload the Monday episodes. I was able to upload the Inspired Disorder Plus files. So people that are subscribed to that would have access, and the Monday episode went out. But Tuesday, about 9 to 10 a.m., it took until I was able to upload, and thankfully, so basically what that means is that my Tuesday episode of Severance last week went up probably about 5 hours late. Not a big deal. Could have been way worse. I could have had my Monday and Tuesday episodes go up late, which I would have been really upset about. But thankfully, the problem got resolved. It was a common issue. They did a big update, so I have a feeling it had something to do with that update. But the problem was fixed, and all of my wasted hypothesizing added nothing to the problem. It got fixed, and everything is as it was. So thankfully that got fixed. But maybe it might have, sent me on a mental path that wasn't great, because it was a bit of a tough beginning of the week, as most of my weeks are. It's weird. Like, I will have, for whatever reason, no matter how bad the beginning of my week starts, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, because I don't have anything really set in stone what I do those days, I tend to be kind of low, usually. Sometimes I'm energized and productive, sometimes manic. But then Thursday, I paint every Thursday at 4:20 on YouTube, live, and, no matter how I feel going into that, it always kind of recalibrates myself. And then Friday, I process those paintings and the making of videos. Saturday, I prep for the podcast on Sunday. And then Sunday, I produce the show, which takes me all day Sunday. So, Thursday is kind of the beginning of the ramp up of, things that are set in stone that I need to do. And it's, for whatever reason, by Sunday, and it's probably because I don't have to think of anything else on Sunday except for doing the podcast. Because I don't have to think about anything, it probably takes my mind away from all of the destructive things I could be thinking or will be thinking. So the beginning of my week didn't start off that great, especially since the Squarespace thing was I had an issue with that. Let's take a little break from the Ray Taylor Show to promote my live art streams. That's right, I am an artist as well as a podcaster, and I paint live every Thursday at 4:20 Pacific time. Head on over, the best place ever for streaming, youtube.com/inspired disorder. That's right, every Thursday at 4:20, you can watch me paint the many faces. Every week, I paint 7 new faces of abstract portraits, ink on paper, and you can watch that happen. You can hang out with me while I listen to a classic episode from one of my favorite podcasts. Head on over to youtube.com/inspired disorder and check it out. Say hi, let's hang out, let's have some fun, and let's paint some faces. Now let's get back to the show. And I've noticed that since I haven't been smoking weed, haven't smoked weed since I think January I ran out. Rarely drink, I've been drunk or had alcohol. Maybe I can count on one hand the amount of times since December. So I don't drink much anymore. I don't smoke much, but food, let me tell you, my old and trusty addiction of food, which was from my childhood. I was a very overweight child. Especially, and pretty sedentary, wasn't very active for a lot of my childhood. So I gained a lot of weight, and that food addiction, a lot of the stuff from my childhood, I'm noticing is showing itself pretty glaringly these days. Now that whether it's because I'm sober, because my lifestyle is so similar to that as it was as a kid, I really don't go anywhere. I don't do anything except for hang out at home, watch a ton of movies, and eat whatever I want. And I've been eating a lot of garbage. My diet has been horrible. I love ice cream. I fucking love ice cream, man. I don't know, man. I've been eating I definitely feel bad when I eat. I've been trying to add better food into my diet just so I don't feel like shit. Not that I feel like shit most of the time, but it's definitely noticeable sometimes. But yeah, it's kind of been what's replaced drinking and smoking, because I drank regularly and I smoked regularly for years. And now that I don't do those things as often, I mean, if I had money and life was different, drinking, I don't like. Every time I drink now, I just feel like exponentially way worse than I've ever felt before. Like going back to a regular drinking type of a routine, I don't see happening. But for sure, if I had money, I would smoke regularly. I would definitely, like, because there's no hangover there. And now that I don't smoke, it, like, aside from the anxiety I would get, which from what I've heard, it's because I was smoking shitty, cheap weed, which is not surprising because that's all I could afford for many years. Aside from that, it really only helped. It was like it helped. It was a good medication for me as far as like leveling me out, and like just it didn't really affect my life negatively, I've noticed. Unlike, alcohol, which was a constant like recovery, and then like like I could erase a day if I just felt like drinking, or a night, and then feeling like crap in the morning, and then taking a long time to kind of wake up and like recover the next day. Like alcohol really was horrible, but weed I would gladly go back to. And when time is right, I don't know if I would smoke as regularly as I did. I mean, not that I was even smoking a whole lot before that, but definitely a type of way I would rather self-medicate with than food, which I'm doing. I mean, you want to talk about, like, there's the whole stereotype when you smoke weed, you get munchies and all that kind of stuff, which never really, like, I don't need weed to get into food like that. Like, I will have munchies just existing in life. Like, I enjoy the taste of food. I like eating. I will eat, like, way more than I need to. Like, because I like it. I have an eating problem. When I was a kid, I remember specifically times where I would just stuff my face until I threw up. Like, I would just overeat until I made myself, like, I didn't on purpose want to throw up, but I would just overeat to the point where I ended up throwing up. That's like when I was a young kid. That was like when there was food available like that. Like, I just won't stop. I'm very similar to my dog in that way, at least how my dog used to be before she got really old and got kind of, her eating habits have changed. But like, if there's food available, I will eat it. Like, and I'll polish off a bag of Doritos, like just a regular size, not like a small bag of Doritos, like this is for the family type of Doritos, right? I'll like, if it's there, I'll eat it. Ice cream, do the same. I could polish off a thing of ice cream. I haven't, but I could do a half a thing, a tub of ice cream, no problem. Those Ben and Jerry's things, that's nothing. I could do that easily. That's a single serving for me. The bigger ones, okay, I can kind of, it takes a few days for me to get through that. A pizza, I could just eat a full pizza by myself. Like, I have an eating problem. I enjoy it a lot. And it's not great food, but like, this point of reality, it's like, what am I getting in shape and healthy for? Why shouldn't I be on pace with the world at large, with climate change, as the world burns, so should my health, as far as I'm concerned. And as far as the destructive things, I mean, it's probably on some level, I mean, definitely way more destructive than weed. Weed is the least destructive thing I could be, into. Doing regularly, or doing even too much of. But food, probably not the greatest, and then alcohol, probably the worst. But yeah, been eating a lot, I've noticed. And Let's take a little break from the show to promote The Many Faces. That's right, I am also an artist. I do ink paintings on paper of abstract faces. A new face, a new painting gets released every single day over at inspireddisorder.com. So head on over to my website to purchase original artwork directly from the artist. Also, there are prints available for select images. Head on over to inspireddisorder.com, buy original art, buy prints if that's your jam, if you want 8x10 prints on high quality paper. Also, if you're looking to wear some art, there are shirts available with original artwork by myself. Select faces from The Many Faces are also available in t-shirt form. You go to inspireddisorder.com, you buy original artwork, you buy prints, you buy shirts. You're supporting an artist directly. And if you're the type of person that likes to invest in NFTs, there are also NFTs available for select faces. Go to inspireddisorder.com now. And now let's get back to the show. It is what it is, I guess. I don't know. Like, part of me wants to, I would like to be thin again, because there was times in my life where I was thin and I was in shape. And as I get older, I, long for those days. I long to be in that kind of shape. Not that I'm doing anything, but it just, your body feels better when it's thinner. And even when I was thin, I wasn't like the healthiest person. A lot of it was like initially in my early 20s, it was just poverty. Like I couldn't afford food. So it's like I was just starving myself. And then I got into like the keto stuff, which that's arguable how healthy that is for you. I've never had a healthy relationship with food. Let's put it that way. Like I definitely have gotten a better relationship with food over the years. Like I like and understand and appreciate good food, and I like making good food, but I also like garbage food. I do. I can't. It's engineered to taste good. It's engineered to be addictive. And I am. So a lot of the week, especially the early part of the week, it's a lot of eating and a lot of feeling sad and tired and unmotivated and depressed. And, and that you can attribute that to the world, the environment, the country. America itself is pretty much in the shithole. And, it's as long like I'm alive, I'm chugging along, I'm doing my stuff. I don't know what the point of it is. I don't think I'm really helping the world in any real way. Maybe giving people a bit of an escape from their life, I guess, which, I guess is something. But I don't have any idea that I'm doing anything that's going to change things for the better. But, it's what else is there to do? It would be even less, like I'd feel even less productive if I was working for a company, working for somebody else. It's like, why would I work for somebody else, make somebody else money, barely surviving, and also still not happy with the existential crisis that is reality? I don't know. So that's been my week. That's been my week. Not much different than before. I looked into getting my dog groomed, which the place I was going to do it requires shots, and I don't have that paperwork because I got my dog like third hand from somebody that was moving to Hawaii and didn't want to put her dogs through quarantine and gave her to somebody who then gave her to me. And so I don't have those, and I can't afford to like take my dog into the vet. So I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm probably just going to end up spending the money, and hopefully that mobile grooming service will be able to come and not need paperwork, and, clean my dog up and get her nice and clean and happy and her nails trimmed and all that kind of stuff. So I don't know how long she's got left. She's old. She's in a lot of pain. She's not doing that great, but she has still moments of energy and happiness. So, like, when is the right time to say goodbye? I don't know. I don't know. I'm not ready to say goodbye yet. I don't think she's ready to go yet. But yeah. Other than that, everything is dying. Nothing's going to last forever. We're all going to die. The planet's not going to survive forever. We're definitely not going to be surviving on the planet as long as the planet survives. But anyway, that's been my week. I hope everybody else has been having a great week and staying as sane as possible. And maybe, moving out of a red state. Go to a state that actually cares. Come to California. Everybody hates California outside of California, I've noticed. And it's wackadoodle. It's so crazy. It's so crazy. It's like the best state. Yeah, all the other states can go fuck off. You could talk shit about people in L.A. all you want, whatever. That's like once. You talk shit about Silicon Valley, sure. Does this place have problems? Does it have the middle of California? Is that basically like the Midwest? Is that like a red state in the middle of two blue states? A shit sandwich? California is a shit sandwich. In the middle, in the Bakersfield area, in that middle part of California is very conservative, very much a red part of the state. But, San Diego's amazing. L.A. is pretty great for the most part. Traffic sucks. Northern California is gorgeous. California's pretty and they're not great. There's definitely some things going on here that probably shouldn't be happening and are bad for people, but there's a lot of good stuff. It's not as bad as like Texas or Florida. Anyway, I hope everybody's doing okay. That's the main thing. New episodes of The Ray Taylor Show come out every single day. Subscribe on YouTube and everywhere our podcasts are found. Binge the full week over at inspireddisorder.com/plus. Buy Ray Taylor Show merch over at inspireddisorder.com. And follow the show on Instagram at Ray Taylor Show. Have a wonderful day, everybody. Peace out!
Today is the day where you wake up and you realize that everything that you've been dreaming about, everything that you've been wanting, every goal and wish and hope that you've ever had can become real. Dreams can come true. What you manifest in your mind, you can bring to reality.